Today we're going to look at the personal pens in my collection, and sorry, what I have here today is a set of pens that are very dear to me on a personal level. In October 2010, my granddad passed away and he left me his pens. And I had been using fountain pens before I got his pens. But these were special, right? My granddad's pens. And I'm not choking up or anything. I'm sorry, there's something... I'll have to take a sip of water. Okay, they were special because of my granddad's pens. And they intrigued me, and I started to do online, like some research on what model they were, etc. And I found that there was a whole fountain pen community. I found Brian Goulet's videos that kind of inspired me to do my own videos, etc. Well, the rest is history. And then I did this channel, and you're watching me now, etc. So you know about that. So in a way, these are the pens that really started off my real interest in pens, because I'd been using fountain pens for years. We started writing fountain pens in primary school. I had used fountain pens through especially the latter years of my high school period. I used them in university, so I'd been using them, and I had a couple. But these ones are special. Okay, they come in this pouch. This was his pouch, B.R.E, Dutch brand, and throughout his life, man, I'm sorry about my throat. Throughout his life, these pens were always within an arm's length of wherever he was. He got them for a special occasion in his life, and that just makes it all the more special. It is a Parker 75 Godron set. Parker 75 gold pen, and the Godron has these these ribs, which sets it apart from other 75 finishes. It's plated gold, but very interesting. So just a quick look at the pen, because I haven't shown these on my channel for quite a while. Parker 75 Godron, nice, very shiny. The fountain pen was actually very interesting. It had a unique system. If you look at the grip, see it's a very pre-shaped grip section. But the interesting thing about it, and you can barely see that, but it's almost like there is a little sort of dial on that gold ring. The interesting thing about this pen is that it was designed to, you wouldn't require an oblique nib, because you can adjust the nib angle to the writer. So you can actually rotate the nib a bit to suit your writing, not so much angle, but your writing rotation, how much you rotate the pen, which was very interesting. Now, cartridge-converter pen, right? Parker, not a huge pen, but gold. And this pen was used whenever my granddad had to sign something. This pen came out. That was part of a set, matching ballpoint. Simple Parker clicky ballpoint. And fun fact, if you buy a pen from me, it's very likely that the envelope or box or whatever will be addressed with this pen, because I don't own a lot of ballpoints. I don't like to address things with a fountain pen, just in case a package or whatever gets wet, the address runs out. So I have to use a ballpoint. I don't have that many, so I have this, and it's engraved, because I had a little engraving thing by my granddad's request. It says Van Opa, which means from granddad, something like that. And that's it. This is not a set of pens. I mean, this I use for addressing. The fountain pen, I don't ink up a lot. I don't. I try to do it once a year or something, but it's the memories that make it so special. Because as a pen, it's not that this is a particularly valuable piece. It's not that if I would want to sell this, this would command thousands of dollars. Not at all. It's not a particularly valuable pen, materialistically speaking, but emotionally speaking, of course it is. And that, I think, is the beauty of fountain pens as opposed to clicky ballpoints that you buy for $1, you know, it's $1 for 5 or something. Those things you use, you throw them out, and you have no attachment to them whatsoever. These pens belong to someone who was important in my life, a family member, cherished person, and that makes it special. And when you do use that, you feel it. It's like you connect with that character, even if that person is no longer in this world. It's a level of connecting that's very special, and that can really come out, because I think, and this is very getting very esoteric, but for me, if someone really loves a pen, if it's a pen that you're really passionate about, that you really like, it kind of absorbs your personality a bit, because it's your pen. It's not anyone else's pen. It's not used by 20 people in the household. It's your pen. And that gets absorbed into the pen, and it means that when you do use it, you connect to the person it belonged to. And that's something that's very special about fountain pens, I think, because they're such personal items. You choose your ink, you choose, you know, everything, which in my granddad's case was always blue Quink cartridges, nothing else, but it becomes a part of you, an extension of yourself. And that's what's so important about fountain pens and sharing this hobby and making sure that this stays alive, because pens are an important part in a person's life. And that's why I think we should all try to keep this hobby alive. Okay, I've now covered my personal collection, and of course at some point or another 1 or 2 pens may be added, but for now this was it, because this is my collection. There is nothing else. There are some pens of Aziza's that I use, but they're not my pens. This is my personal, let's call it accumulation rather than collection. I hope this was useful, and I'm glad to see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we go with the Parker 75 Godron with a medium nib, and this is very simply Waterman Blue Black. It's a fairly smooth writer. Not an ultra glassy smooth nib, but a fairly smooth writer. A bit of feedback as you write. Etc. Writes well. Nib is well adjusted. Flows well. Not a whole lot of line variation, but it does work, and that's pretty much all there's to it. So, an interesting pen, and of course one with a very special personal meaning. And just to be sure, the ballpoint also writes, but clearly that's a bit less interesting to see, I think. And there you have it. So I hope this was very useful, and I'm glad I see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.